afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
In today's presentation, we will present a picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is William and I've been living here in London for many years. I've been trying to make a living out of everything I sell in the streets. With Queen Victoria sitting on her throne. God save the Queen, right? One day, I want to tell you a little bit about someone that I met when I was selling the cabbages that I picked up from my garden. And I met this gentleman. His name is Oscar Fingal of Florida, or something like that. Wales, why? What a name, right? Well, he was born on October the 15th, 1854 in Dublin, Ireland. He was son of Sir William Wilde, a famous ophthalmologist that founded his own hospital, and his mother was Lady Jane Francesca, a poet that she used so much jewelry around her neck that she looked like a walking museum. No.
That was
Well, I can see that he was a bookish child, as he was carrying prizes to his house for his drawings or for the recognition that he got in college. Well, I heard that around 1881 he moved to London, where he published his first piece of work that was called Poems. I read this book and I could see what his mother, how his mother played a great role in his life by influencing his work, by telling him that he could write anything that he wanted in his works. Well, once Oscar Wilde traveled to America, and when he returned, he married to a wealthy English woman that was called Constance Lloyd, and she gave birth to the two of his sons. Oscar, while he was serving as an editor in a magazine that was called Ladies' World in 1888, he published another one of his famous pieces of work that was a collection of tales, really sad tales, that was called The Happy Prince and Other Tales. And after that, in 1891, he published the picture of Dorian Gray, which was said to be a testament for aestheticism. This was considered to be like a Gothic piece of work, as it revealed some of the deepest corners of human nature. And also, we can notice him here that Wilde revealed his soul in this piece of work, as it is said that this was a reflection of his soul. Also, this work was everything that was against the Victorian values, the morality of the Victorian period. Well, at the same time, he met Lord Alfred, and he fell in love with him, and that brought many problems to his life. Because Lord Alfred's father accused Wilde to be homosexual, and Oscar Wilde was imprisoned over the charges of gross indecency, which is something really weird, right? Well, sadly, I've been told that he died on November the 13th, 1900. He died of meningitis. Yeah. Well, I must say that he inspired me a lot for his revolutionary work, because he was against everything, all the morality of this Victorian English period. And well, he always encouraged us to look beneath the surface, look beyond what is written. So now we're going to show you a little bit about one of his pieces of work, which is the picture of Dorian.
I'm sorry, but I'm quite alike. My name is not that difficult to pronounce, but you got something right. You said that the picture of Dorian Gray was the reflection of my soul, and it was. The three main characters of this play are, first we have Dorian Gray, a young, beautiful man. We have Basil, who was a painter, and he was quite Victorian in his ways. He was really decent, a really moral person. And we also have Lord Henry. He was the other side of the coin. He was amoral, he always was seeking for pleasure. Okay? So Basil met Dorian Gray and he wanted to make a picture about him because he was really beautiful. But he was afraid that the painting was showing too much about his feelings about Dorian. And Lord Henry convinced him that it was his masterpiece. We're going to watch what happened after that scene.
Basil, I'm trying to understand you.
You're quite right to do that. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. That is one of the great secrets of life.
I don't feel that way, Lord Henry.
No, you do not feel it now. Yet someday when you're old, wrinkled and ugly, and the rest easily notices that you have lost your beauty, you will feel it terribly. Wherever you go, you charm the world, but will it always be so? You have a wonderfully beautiful face, Mr. Gray. You smile, but when you lost it, you will not feel it anymore. Youth, youth, there is absolutely nothing in the world but youth. My dear fellow, I congratulate you most warmly. It is the finest portrait of modern times. Mr. Gray, come over and look at yourself.
Is it really finished?
Quite finished. Don't you like it? Of course he likes it. Why wouldn't he?
How sad it is that I shall grow old and terrible and dreadful, but this picture will remain always young. If it were only that way, yes, there is nothing in the world I would not give. I will give my soul for that.
And with those words, Dorian cursed the portrait. Now the portrait was the one that was going to have the burdens of time and Dorian's lifestyle. Well, after this scene, Lord Henry convinced Dorian that he should go out and seek pleasure and new experiences. So Dorian went to a theater and he met a young beautiful woman, an actress actually. Her name was Sybil Vane. Dorian fell in love with this woman, but he actually didn't. He was in love with the actress, the skill to present like a different emotion every time she was on stage, but not with the person that was acting and performing those emotions. So when Sybil couldn't act anymore because she was in love with Dorian, Dorian cruelly broke up with her. After that, Dorian went to his house and he had the picture there. And he took a look at it, and he noticed that the picture was different now. It was sneering, and it was a cruel sneer in his face. So he was afraid of that, and he thought that the next day he was going to fix the situation with Sybil because he wanted to be a good person now. The thing is, the next day Lord Henry came and told Dorian that Sybil committed suicide because she was devastated with the breakup. Dorian felt guilty because of that, but Lord Henry took him out of that feeling by saying that this death of Sybil was actually an expression of art. It was a tragedy. And also he lent Dorian a yellow book which describes how people should seek new experiences and new sensations. Dorian lived by this book as his Bible for a long time, and because of that his reputation of a wealthy and noble guy was completely destroyed. But he was accepted in society because he remained being beautiful, because the picture was the one carrying the burden of his life. And after that, Basil wanted to confront Dorian because of the situation. He wanted him to become good again. And we're going to watch what happened now.
So you think that it is only God who sees the soul? Draw the curtain back and you will see mine. Years ago, when I was a boy, you met me, you flattered me, you taught me to be vain of my good looks. One day, you introduced me a friend of yours, who explained to me the wonders of you. You finished a portrait of me, who revealed to me the wonders of beauty. In a moment of mad, even now, I don't know whether I regret it or not, I made a wish. You can call it a prayer.
Oh, I remember how well I remember it. Now, the thing is impossible. Christ, what a thing I must have worshipped. It has the eyes of the devil.
Each one of us has heaven, and hell in him, Basil.
My God, if it is true, and this is what you have done with your life, you must be worse even than those who talk against you. Pray, Dorian, pray. I worship you too much. You worship yourself too much. We are both punished.
It is too late, Basil.
It is never too late, Dorian. Let us kneel down and pray for your soul.
Now Dorian had a problem. He had to get rid of the body. And for doing that, he actually asked an old friend of him, Alan Campbell, who was a doctor, to help him with his chemistry abilities. Campbell first refused because it was a terrible thing to do, but then he acceded because Dorian blackmailed him. So Dorian, feeling bad, obviously, he wanted to open them to just relax. But when he was leaving that place, he met with James Bain, Sybil's brother. James was seeking for revenge because of the death of his sister. And Dorian managed to escape, saying that he was quite young and that had happened 18 years ago. So he went back to his house. He had like this kind of party. There, Dorian saw James peering in through the window, and he freaked out. He felt guilty, and he wanted everything to end. He went out of the house, and he learned that James was killed accidentally by a hunting party, which made Dorian feel pretty safe again. After that, we have the last scene of the book, which was a conversation between Lord Henry and Dorian.
What would you say, Henry, if I told you that I murdered Basil?
I would say, my dear fellow, that you're posing for a character that does not suit you. All crime is vulgar. It is not in you, Dorian, to commit murder. But let us pass from poor Basil. I wish I could believe that Basil had come to such a really romantic end as you suggest, but I can't. By the way, Dorian, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul?
Why do you ask me that, Harry?
I asked you, my dear fellow, because I thought you might be able to give an answer.
The soul is a terrible reality. It can be bought and sold and bartered away. It can be poisoned and made perfect. There is a soul in each one of us. I know it.
Oh, then, it's an illusion. The things one feels absolutely certain about are never true. Tell me, Dorian, how have you kept your youth? I wish you would tell me your secret. You are still the same.
I'm not the same, Henry.
Let us go to the club. It has been a charming evening, and we must end it charmingly.
I am tired tonight, Harry. I shall not go to the club. It is nearly 11, and I want to go to bed early. It is because I'm going to be good. I'm a bit changed already. No! No change! No! This is unfair! Table, passenger, change, passenger. No! Enough! As Basil died, so did his word, I shall be free.
So Dorian said to himself, there is heaven and hell inside of all of us. But there is a difference between Dorian and me. Dorian thought that he had to choose between heaven, Basil, a life of morality and good deeds, or hell, or Lord Henry, a life of pleasure and seeking of new sensations. But I don't think so. I think we can embrace both sides and be a complete whole and have the good things from both sides. Be a good Samaritan, but also have new experiences and experience pleasure because it's so good. Okay, now I'm leaving these beautiful people to talk more about my work.
Okay, and to understand better the work of Oscar Wilde, first we have to understand what is aestheticism, which is the elevation of beauty in art and in life in general. And in this kind of work, they try to portray beauty, and for them, art and beauty was more important than values. For example, the Victorian values were not important for them, the beauty was important, and art has its own purpose, and art is an autonomous thing, and the artist is not responsible of showing the values in his or her piece of work. So the artist, there is not the artist's task to portray values in its pic. his or her picture. Okay, the figures of speech that we found on Dorian Gray, for example, we have the personification. The entire book is a big personification because here the picture has soul, or is the reflection of the soul. The picture gets old, the picture changes, but that are human characteristics. A picture cannot change, cannot get old, just dusty but not old. And then, for example, we have hour by hour and week by week, the thing up on the canvas was growing old. The picture was growing old. That's kind of impossible for a picture. The picture has to be concealed because there are given the characteristic of evil to the picture, but that's a human characteristic too. And also, the portraiting shows the feelings of a heart, but that's impossible. It's a picture, just a picture. It was a beautiful picture, like a sort of perfect picture, but that was all, no more than a picture. Then we have the hyperbole. For example, here, Basil, every day, I'm not happy if I don't see him. He's necessary to my life. But Basil needs other things in his life, like breathing or drinking water, for example. But Dorian that's an exaggeration. Dorian is not like an essential thing in his life. He's given more emphasis to his feelings towards Dorian. And then the finest portrait of modern times, the picture of Dorian Gray is described as this finest portrait. But we have to know that there are many portraits in the world, and Lord Henry saw a few of them, not all, so he cannot know for sure if this picture is the finest. Then we have a pun. Here the Dorian Gray, his last name Gray, with the American spelling version of the color, because the characteristic in Dorian Gray is he is neither black nor white. He's gray. He is not good, but he is not evil. He has this innocence, but he has also this madness and this desire to be powerful and forever young. But he is not an evil character. In this case, he's not portrayed as an evil character. He is portrayed as a man who is corrupted by power and by beauty. And then the irony, Dorian has good looks, money, power, he has all the women, men, and everybody likes him, but he was not happy. He wanted more. He wanted to be always young, he wanted to be always beautiful. So at the end he has everything that people usually want, money, power, good looks, but it was not enough for him. So that's an irony, and also because he can be spoiled by another person, he can be easily corrupted. Even though he was more important than Lord Henry in this case, because Lord Henry was old, he has money but not as much as Dorian, but he corrupted Dorian, which is extremely weird that a person that has less power than you can corrupt you. Because usually money and power are the things that corrupt you, but in this case the less powerful person corrupted the powerful one.
Okay, related to the themes, when the picture of Dorian Gray was released in 1890, the book was considered as immoral. So for that reason, Oscar Wilde decided to include a preface in the book in order to explain his philosophy of art.
Here we have the purpose of art is to have
No purpose. To understand this, we have to take into consideration Victorian values and sensibility regarding to art and morality. Also, for Victorians, arts should be the Victorians believed that art could be a tool for social education. The aestheticism movement, as Fernanda already mentioned, sought to free shows Dorian their changes, physical changes throughout the story. And then we have the yellow book that Lord Henry gives Dorian, which acts as a roadmap leading Dorian Gray towards infamy. Then we have the supremacy of youth and beauty. And it says the first principle of aestheticism is that art serves no other purpose than to offer beauty. In this case, we have to take into consideration that beauty is always present in the book. Beauty is seen as a means of escaping the brutalities of his actions. And in this case, Dorian distances himself from the horrors of his actions. So he devoting himself to the study of beautiful things, such as music and rare tapestries. Also in the book, Lord Henry reminds Dorian all the time that he soon will lose his precious attributes. Then we have the superficial nature of society, and it says that society prizes beauty above everything. So what matters here in this book is that it doesn't matter if you are a good person. The only thing that matters here is that Dorian is beautiful. And then, for instance, in the book, Basil is questioned for his name and his reputation. On the contrary, Dorian is not criticized. And there is an important line that says, "You are made to be good. You look so good." That's why the book emphasizes about beautiful people. In this case, the beauty of Dorian instead of other attributes. Okay, now that we are aware of the themes of this story, we can talk about the motives, how the major themes were developed throughout this whole novel. We have three major motives in this story. The first one is the picture indeed of Dorian Gray. The fact is that Dorian, after this chat with Lord Henry, leaves aside the fact of living a pure, normal life and focuses all his attention in only one goal, that is to achieve pleasure. Everything regarding to pleasure is what matters him the most. And that at the end ends up bringing him even more trouble than before. The second motive that we find is the homoerotic male relationships. This is given throughout the whole book, as we can see that there is a close relationship between Dorian and Lord Henry, which at the end he calls Harry, and between Dorian and Basil as well. They are both so in love with this purity, this whole innocence that Dorian portrays, and this is a way in which Wilde attempted to justify his own lifestyle, which was very frowned upon back then. And the last one is the color white, this idea of purity. And in the book, Lord Henry describes Dorian to have the possession of this white purity, of this innocence that got his attention. This is the importance of being as pure, as clean as the color white. And that would be the end of our presentation. Thank you very much.